Hey guys, welcome to another day on the shop. Today, we've got some upgrades and some new stuff in the shop. So let's get to it. We've been going over that we got some ESOBs in here. The same time I got these ESOBs, if you watched the video of me unloading those ESOBs, you saw I've got a drill press. Thankfully, I finally got a drill press. The only thing I've got to work on with this drill press is the belt situation is very, very loose. So I've got to figure this part out because it's just super loose in all aspects. I don't know how each thing is, other than I may have to work on pushing this motor out a little bit further to tighten all this, because as it tightens up out here, it tightens all this up, and so I've got to figure all that out. But I'm just happy to have a drill press in the shop finally. So that's one of our new upgrades, is we got a drill press. We just got to work on it a little bit, make it perfection, and we'll be good. The next thing that we decided to have is, a while back we got this titanium modular welding fixture table. Well, if you follow along with 251 Designs, the link's going to be in the description for that channel. It's my other channel of fabrication. We just got done with upgrading this with quite a few new upgrades. So I go into a little bit of detail about what all we did. We've got little pegboards on the side. We've got a shelf on the bottom. We've got casters below. We've got a vise that comes out of the table itself. And then we got more pegboards. We've got a place for our grinders, a magnetic strip right there. But yeah, this is on a 2-inch hitch right up under there, where we can pull this out and use it how we need to. We'll end up making other things later for this modular section as well, so that we can have more things other than just a vise in there. Not sure yet. I'm going to do some research because I'm fascinated with a lot of other people's ideas and going along with it. As well as we got some magnetic little holder for the MIG torch, because I hate throwing it up here and it just falling on the ground. So that is I'll call this an upgrade to the shop because it's got a lot of stuff going on. Next, our air supply system. So I've got two things with the air supply system. One, I've got this little 30-gallon, and then I've got this 80-gallon. This 30-gallon supplies the air, and it doesn't do a sufficient amount, but we're going to keep this the way it is. We're going to end up doing more of a permanent style line from here to here. That's not today, because I need to get one more line. That'll be a little bit later. I have to go to the store and get another line. I should have bought 2 lines like I was sitting there at the store buying them. I said, man, I should buy 2 of these. I didn't. But we will have an in and an out for that, so that it all combines itself. As well as we're going to put another valve on there so we can shut it off a little bit better, because I don't want any air leaking out of it or anything else. Right now I have this up here, and this is going to come off. This is going to stay there, and then I have this valve right here, but I'm going to put one secondary valve from there over to here, and that'll help out with that. As well as for that upgrade, we have a dryer setup, a dryer and a filter. Now this isn't the biggest thing, but I need this. So we're probably going to wall mount this back here along the wall, either down here or up there. We're going to be using this setup from here to here, and then drawing it through the hose reel and all that. Eventually I want to buy a whole setup to where I have lines all the way through the shop. That's not today. That'll be in a later episode for another upgrade. Next is I need to mount this 12 outlet super power strip. So I'm tired of having a whole bunch of things all in one little spot and not enough plugs for that. So that's going to take care of that. The next thing we have is an upgrade in the shop, something I've been desperately wanting for many different reasons, is we finally have a 20-ton press. So with a 20-ton press, we can do ball joints and we can do other things like that. We can do some fabrication things. I do have little dimple dies right here, a whole set of them, and that does help instead of using an impact to sit there and try and deal with them. So we're going to set this up right now and start with that. There's going to be upgrades to it later because I've got quite a few upgrades I want to do to the press itself, because it's not just going to sit in a corner. It's going to end up being on casters. It's going to end up being pneumatic. It's going to have a whole lot of different stuff. But today we're just going to handle it the way we need to. After that, we're going to look at mounting this on this wall and hoping that this will reach from here to there, and if it doesn't, well, we'll figure it out. But we're gonna make all this happen. So let's start with the press. Let's empty this box out and start throwing it together, because I'm ready for this thing to be together. Here we go. All the stuff to put it together. So it won't take long to put this together. I'm gonna knock this out real quick and we'll take a look at it and see how everything does, and then we're gonna put it off to the side until I get the other upgrades to it that I want to get. Shouldn't be too long because I don't need it today, but I got a good deal on it, so I went and got it. But let's put this together. All right, it's complete. Like I said, there's a few upgrades I want to do is casters. They also have a little knob you can actually install on here, and instead of having to deal with this, and I want to get a pneumatic jack instead of this one because it's just a pain in the butt. But this project is done. Now I just have to move it, which isn't fun because I don't have casters. It's not sitting in the middle of my shop. So we're gonna move it, and then we're gonna start our work on the air compressor stuff. Well, just going through with it. I've already got the beads in here. I've already got the adapters on because it was a lot bigger thread. I had to get all my little adapters out, break through another little dryer that doesn't work very well. And then I had to switch where the bracket goes against the wall, so I could have it running this way instead of this way. Now I've spun around this other little dryer, which I need to clean out, and got it to where it's facing back, so it just goes straight up to right there, and then we have a small hookup right there. I don't have, like I said, more of this more permanent line. I only have one right now. I need to go get some more. I may go get some more today. I may go get some more in a few days and finish this. But right now, So I'm just gonna put this one on, hook it to the dryer, and then this little flexi line right now is gonna be my adapter for it. After that, I'll fix all this and have a more permanent line to that. So I'm gonna continue going and hook that to there, and then that to there. Oh, well, it's up here now. I can see it clear. Got this line on. This line's just gonna kind of be here. Hopefully it doesn't flop around too much. Yeah, like I said, I turned the other filter around. This works. There's no issues with this. This tank is gonna be swapped around to a more permanent line like this, piped into this. And then I'm just gonna have one outlet off here just for stuff like this, but I'll have the ability to utilize this. It does have a leak. I need to find it. I really want to get this thing running, but this motor's a 3-phase. I don't have 3-phase here, so I'd have to get a 220 motor that could be able to push this, which this is a beast. I've thought about just going ahead and changing the compressor and the motor itself and just keeping the tank, but I don't know, it'd probably be cheaper for me just to buy a whole nother setup. But this little thing does the job. It keeps the pressure in both most of the time, especially when I'm plasma cutting, but it's not able to keep up with the volume 100%. So that's that project now, and it's done for the time being. Like I said, we'll replace this hose. But yeah, I even secured it to the wall a little bit because it does vibrate around. But now that we're done with that, I need to clean up my mess right here for air stuff, and then we'll throw this against the wall over there, and we'll have a lot more plugs, and I can start looking at putting my chargers and everything over there all in one space, so I'm not worried about where everything is. So let's clean this mess up, and then we'll go over there. And here we are, my other mess of a place. So my thoughts is, I kind of want it right here, but my issue is this plug is gonna have to stretch all the way out to over here, which I don't really care too much, but it's not fun. But that gives me all these different plugs for everything I need over here. So we'll probably take this down and we'll end up moving this somewhere, probably to my fab table for right now, and clean all this mess up on this table, and then put this down with all my chargers over here. Well, the good thing is this strip has an on-off switch, because I'm not always going to be using it, but I would like it to be plugged in all the time. So I'm not plugging in and unplugging it. So let's see how long this cord is, because if it's long enough, it'll be perfect. Otherwise, I gotta turn this thing upside down. All right, looks good. So I'll do that, and then just sneak around here and plug it in. All right, that looks good. I can either do it that way, or just have it upside down, which I don't care to have, and have it like this, and just the plug sneak around like that, which that is a lot neater. We'll do it that way. So that keeps it a little bit tighter. So we have tabs here on the ends, which is probably what's going to be used, because these look like a pain in the butt to try and decipher. So I'll take a couple screws and just screw them in here, and we'll just have it along this area like this. So yeah, and that'll work. So let me get the screws and figure this out. All right, this isn't the best way, but it works. So I got the plug plugged in here. We got our on-off switch right here. It does eliminate me from using this little shelf, but I'll have to compromise with building another shelf or something like that. Huh. It looks like that split a little bit. That was a good one. Oh well. This still holds my stuff. But yeah, so I can put my chargers up here, and either I can mount them up here, put them down here, wherever I want them. So I got them to where I can line them up all down here. And that will work because I've got, let's see, 2 chargers for my other batteries, and then I've got my GoPro chargers that I need. I just have to make a little shelf or something so that it will hold these up here and loop around and whatnot and just hold it right there so they can be plugged in. Awesome. Another job done. Chargers there, plug that up. Anything else? I've also changed all that, which I'm happy about. I'm trying to clean up my shop a little bit, trying to make some more room. But I do have a lot of stuff now that I have to find places for. Drill bits, a grinder holder, which I guess I could have put on there maybe. A whole thing of more drill bits, cleaning stuff, and sawzall pieces and whatnot. So yeah, works pretty good. I just have to clean it all up. But the shop's getting cleaner as the days go on. I'm gonna revamp that shelf, and all those boxes are gonna be a little bit better organized. Some of the stuff over there is just gonna go into a storage style place. Over here, I'm thinking about making another shelf like that, except when it gets to here, there's not gonna be a leg on the ground. It's gonna be up in the rafters, and it's just gonna be across. And so it's just gonna be about 8 foot tall, and I don't have to worry about it hitting me in the head. Kind of like that one up there, where it's just a storage up there. I don't have to deal with it, and I'll probably do the same thing over here. That's gonna get cleaned up as that little storage area up there, and just other nitpick pieces all around are gonna get moved around, cleaned up. This will hopefully be wired up in the next week and hopefully get a tune, and then we'll go to the dyno and hopefully get a real tune on it. And we're just gonna go around and clean up. Got my parts bin over there, metal, other stuff, yard tools, engines, just a lot of stuff. It just needs to be cleaned up and moved around just to organize a little bit better. And just like right here, this is all engine parts right there. So all those engine parts need to go up there in the section for that car, and then all the stuff for that car needs to be put up in the place for that car. But there's other stuff that just needs to be moved around. But I want to thank you for joining into another episode of The Shop. If you liked this little build that you saw earlier, yeah, you need to check out my other channel, 251 Designs. It has a detailed list of everything, cost, all that, on what you need to do something like this for your modular table. Either Vevor, what is it, Harbor Freight, or the other brands that came out with them. So yeah, but I want to thank you again for joining to another episode of The Shop. Any comments? Put them in the comment section. Give me a like if you like this video, or if it showed you any worth whatsoever of what you can do in your own place. Just little ideas. So yeah, thanks again.